Black Myth Wukong streamers asked not to mention feminist propaganda and COVID. What? Black Myth co-publisher Hero Games sent multiple content creators an email asking they don't mention specific topics. Game Science's first major console game, Black Myth Wukong, is set to be released on Tuesday, and many players are excited for its release. Unfortunately, the game has been embroiled in controversy over the weekend after a leaked document appeared to show a list of do's and don'ts for streamers, asking them not to talk about politics, feminist propaganda, and COVID. I swear to God, I will never get sponsored by anybody. I'll never get sponsored by anybody, I don't think. It just won't happen. Because it seems like the only way you can get sponsored anymore is if you agree to these wild-ass terms. You know? I'm not about it, dude. The document was shared on Blue Sky by French content creator and journalist Benoit Exserve Renier, who has been in the business for 15 years and formerly served as the editor of French gaming website Game Cult. Renier published a video discussing the document and said that he would not be showing the game on his channel outside of the aforementioned video. The document contained a list of guidelines for streamers playing the game, separated into a list of do's and don'ts. The do's list contained just one item: enjoy the game, while the don'ts list contained a number of strange requests, alongside the normal request that the streamer don't insult other influencers or players, and don't use offensive language. The document also asks that streamers don't include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use any offensive language or humor. Okay, so just don't talk. Because look, in today's day and age of, and you guys know how we hold this community and in a pretty safe for work kind of vibe, right? Yeah, we got some subtle adult humor and stuff in here, but it's fairly safe for work, okay? Ultimately, what it comes down to is if you're going to try and say do not use any offensive language or humor, you literally just can't have any kind of talking at all. Because there's always some Karen out there or some kin, right, that's going to get their panties in a wad by something they really shouldn't. Because there's those people out there that are just way too sensitive about everything, right? So what a weird thing to put in the don'ts. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Oh my flipping God. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions, news, etc. Which I talk about all the time, actually. Also asked streamers not to use trigger words such as and what we just said about China's game industry. A similar guidelines document sent to press and critics by external PR as part of a review embargo did not contain any of these requests, instead providing a list of content spoilers that press were asked not to cover, known technical issues, and PC spec requirements. Oh. Providing a list of content spoilers press were asked not to cover, known technical issues, and PC. Okay. GLHF has confirmed that the do's and don'ts document was sent to Renier Renee, and at least one other content creator by Hero Games, a developer and publisher that co-published Black Myth Wukong, according to a LinkedIn post from the company. Hero Games is also a major shareholder and developer of Game Science, and as of a 2021 press release, was the largest external shareholder of the company. Renier sent GLHF a copy of the email sent to content creators, and we can confirm that it was sent from a company email address associated with Hero Games. Email signature also contained a Discord username, and the account associated with the sender is listed as a Hero Games employee on their profile in the official Black Myth Wukong Discord server. The email contained a link to the do's and don'ts document alongside a Steam key and the following message. Please, quote, please ensure you read the attached document carefully. It outlines the essential do's and don'ts regarding content creation by using the game key and creating content. You acknowledge that you have been informed of the following guidelines, and any statements made are of your own and not related to our marketing team. Renier said the document is not an NDA, that he could have ignored the recommendations altogether, but chose not to engage with the game because he believes such recommendations should not be sent to content creators in the first place. I already love this guy. Absolutely. Renier also confirmed that the document is not part of any review embargo, nor is it a part of any sponsored content agreement. A second content creator received the same email from Hero Games and confirmed to GLHF the key provided was functional. Not the first time Game Science has been the subject of controversy. A 2023 report from IGN claimed that the Game Science founder, Feng Ji, and other senior staff members had a history of vulgar comments, and the studio had published recruitment posters that featured suggestive and offensive images and messages. Wow. This is reason enough for me not to support this game. Everything about what I just read is in stark contrast to how I believe these kinds of things should work. You know, I've talked about this before. We've talked about it recently with things like Marvel Rivals and how NetEase was trying to prevent any content creators being a part of their beta access from saying anything negative about the game. What? On that front, if you are not willing to take constructive criticism about your game, then you're not a good game developer. I don't think that's a surprise for anybody about NetEase, you know what I mean? But it also makes it quite obvious. If you can't take constructive criticism, you can't incorporate that feedback into trying to make your game better, you suck. This is also wild. Trying to, push your agenda on people for how to shut them up and try and get them to conform to your way of basically thinking and communicating. Get wrecked. Jesus Christ. It's wild, dude.